Hi everyone, it's Nancy here and I am just back with another Saturday stash dive, and this time I'm doing it with the amazing Robin, who is Robin's Nursing Journey here on YouTube. And we've kind of had a bit of a chat back and forth about what we were going to do as our stash dive, and we kind of came up with the idea between us that we wanted to do kind of a colour theme, but that also if there's a specific thing that we were having kind of issues using. So we went with a black and white and red theme. As you'll know, I've done a couple of layouts which have been black and white and then an accent colour and red, but I have real problems with black, white and red as a colour sort of collection. So we decided that that was going to be something that we wanted to do. But also I had quite a few bits of the chalkboard stuff, which was kind of like a big kind of trend, and I had stuff and I hadn't really used it, so that was also included within our black and white, that we were going to have the chalkboard effect bits and pieces. So I just wanted to do a quick little share of what I have pulled out of my stash. There's quite a lot here, so I can probably make a couple of layouts, I reckon, or even three layouts maybe. So what I'm going to do is I will do one process video for you, and then any other layouts that I make from this kit I will then just share with you. So first up is the Teresa Collins, and this is a 6x6 paper pad called Memorabilia. It's not all chalkboard tones, but there's a couple of pieces of paper that are the chalkboard effect, and like those frames and things like that. So I did just pull that out because I thought, you know, I've not used much of that up. I then went through my scrap bin and my Project Life cards. Some of these ones, like this Valentine's Day one and these letterpress ones, were from the like Studio Calico kits. These ones are Studio Calico as well. And yeah, I hadn't used them up, so I've just pulled out the ones of these, and I know I think it was Tuesday used these up the other day, so I know that other people have still hung on them in their stash. These are just some little offcuts of bits of paper that I had in my stash, so I just pulled those out. I found this piece of punchinella while looking through my stash, so I thought I might use that for a bit of technique. Not the colour, just use it for the pattern. This is the Daily Flash in Rhubarb. As you'll know, I bought one of these in one haul, and then I really liked them when I saw them somewhere else, so I bought them. So I do have about 3 of these, so I thought I'd pull those out. Also, while I was going through my stash, I found this Mr. Huey mask. So I thought I'd pull that out. It doesn't, it doesn't go to the theme or anything, but it was in the stash and I hadn't used it. You'll remember from a haul not long ago that I brought these chalkboard effect labels, which were cheap from our TK Maxx. So these two both go with kind of the theme, a bit of the chalkboard with the reds, but I thought I'd pull those out because I've only actually used 2, I think, on all of those, so I've pulled those out. I found these rub-ons as well, which I bought cheap. They are red and there's some black ones, so I thought I needed to get them used up. I pulled out these foam letter stickers, and these are called Delights. So I really like those, so I pulled them out. This is the Love Snap stickers, and I know that there is excuse me, a lot of red bits in here. There's that little red mini alpha. I haven't pulled my photos for this yet, so I'm not sure where I'm going to go, but I'm sure I can use some of those up. There's also some teal in here, and there's some teal in some of those other stickers, so I might pull those in. Again, these, as I was going through my stash, I found these, which are, I have no idea who these are by, but these are just some like edge border stickers and like lace bits, and they're metallic. But I thought I might be able to get them to work with the theme. I have these pebble stickers, which look like the Dymo, that thing. So I pulled those out. I've got these. I mean, these are really old Teresa Collins. Mine's like really old. And there's some words here which are dark red with the white, so I pulled those out. This is just a bit of solid red cardstock, and this is a very old American Crafts 2009 Valentine's paper. This is a piece of My Mind's Eye, and again, you've seen me use this before, but I've got this piece left, so I'm going to try and use that up. And then I did find another kind of half piece of paper. Was this I think it's like it was it's called from the Black Magic collection. I thought it was Tim Holtz, maybe it's not. It's the coordination one, so as you can see there, it's got like a kind of raised dot on. I mean, it would come out craft, but I thought I could just use it for this texture, and that has been in my stash for yonks. I found this Today's Story by Alison Kreft, so this large piece here, which is kind of the blackboard effect, and this is kind of really the start of the blackboard effect. I pulled this out because there's some other bits of teal and stuff in it. It doesn't really go with the other colour, but because I might do several layouts, I thought I'd pull that out. This is a piece of wood grain pattern paper. I'm not sure if I'm going to get the camera. Oh yeah, I am, to pick that up. So this is a piece of white wood grain paper. Here's a piece of American Crafts Ready Set Go Amy Tangerine, the to-do list. So this is not really red, it's a bit too orange to be kind of classed as a red, but it has this sketch sort of pattern on, so I'm sure I can use that up. This is a piece of Pebbles Basics, red chevron and a flower. Probably wouldn't use the flower, but I could use that side. Again, these are quite old. This is 2012 Studio Calico. Constellations. I don't know. I'm not sure if I could get that to work. Definitely don't like that side, but that's been in my stash for ages. And then I have just pulled a piece of red, cream and white cardstock as well. So that is my kits that I have made myself, and I'm now going to set about finding some photos and then hopefully making you a layout which includes red, black and white. So thank you very much guys, and I will speak to you again soon. Bye! Hi everyone, so it is the process video part of this. I've picked out this photo, and this was just, I kind of picked it out because it had kind of like, I've got red roses in my hair, I was kind of wearing a red dress and black, so it kind of went with the colours, and because normally I kind of draw some influence from my photo, so I pulled out this picture, and it's just of me being very vain. It was actually taken in Pizza Hut by my best friend. You know, as you do, you have a little, you know, glamour photo shoot there in Pizza Hut. But anyway, so that's the photo. I just pull out this stencil and then I sprayed over it, and it really didn't work. I then tried laying down where I'd put it, and yeah, that was a really pants idea because it didn't really work at all, and I was trying to add some texture over the top. I then pulled out a piece of Punchinella and then took my black ink to rub through. Again, it did show up, but it was a little bit pants. Yeah, so I don't know, my ink pad I don't think was juicy enough, or I don't know, the Punchinella holes were too small, but I really couldn't get it to work. And again, I don't have any 3D foam or anything like that because I've just no idea where I put mine. So I was using a dry wet wipe, so that didn't really help. I'm then just spraying some more, well, I'm not spraying, I'm splatting some black and white mist over the top, and that is the matte black mist that is from Crafty Notions, which I use quite a lot. And then I'm doing some larger sort of splots with that. They do end up running and not drying 100% that well, but you know, that's fine. I then take the roller stamp and taking that ink kind of roll over the top. And yeah, I like that effect, you know, I think I like the effect of using the roller stamps with the mist. So that's something I will be trying again. And I'm just using my heat gun to dry that up because of course it got into a bit of a mess. And, you know, the paper buckled and stuff, but I knew that I was more than likely going to mount this. So I decided that, you know, that's going to be fine. I've just moved my laptop in shot here because I think I was trying to get a piece of paper out of my box that I have beside me. And I'm just pulling out a black piece to mount everything on. So I'm really, you know, I'm happy with the background. You know, it's got enough texture for me to start building my layers on, and as you know by now, that's kind of how I work when I build a layout. I build it up from sort of the bottom up. So I've used that Coordinations in sort of embossed paper to add my photo on, but I decide that I want to add another little pop of colour, and so I've pulled this piece of Pebbles paper. And I'm just using the chevron side there. And it just adds a little pop around that photo and kind of brings in some more of the white. And so I'm really happy with, you know, how this is all coming together. Here's an offcut of some Teresa Collins paper, and then I've also got a bit of a Project Life card as well. And a lot of this kind of bit here that I'm building up onto the right hand side of the photo is going to be covered up, but you know, I'm fine. You know, I quite often do layers that end up getting covered up. I know that I want to use that sort of large black and white stripe somewhere else, so I do cut a little bit off so I can add that to the top of the layout. And I'm just going to start sticking everything down because I'm pretty happy with where things are going. And because I've already picked my embellishments, I kind of know what I've got to pick from. So I'm just sticking these Project Life cards down. And then making another cluster up in that corner. And I'd planned that because that's where I'd done some other sort of spraying. And sort of misting and different texturizing. I pull out these small frames, and this piece of paper, you know, I'm slowly getting through using it, but I did buy that piece of paper with the intention of cutting them all up, so I'm fine that it's kind of still in my stash. So I'm just adding one of those to kind of each of the clusters, and decide to have a cluster at the top and the bottom of my photo, and then that right hand corner. I then know that I wanted to use these chalkboard stickers up because you know, I wasn't really going to use them up for anything else, and they kind of went with this layout. And I haven't journaled on this layout in the video, but basically it's just kind of a photo about well, my journaling is going to kind of touch a bit on about how, you know, it's just as good to, you know, to feel like you're loved. And, you know, I was out with my best friend, and, you know, and I sent this picture to my boyfriend, and he was like, what? Where are you? What are you doing a photo shoot? I'm like, no, it's fine, we're in Pizza Hut. So, and I say, I love Laura's photo and photo editing that she does, so I'm just sticking these stickers around, and I'm using a little banner, and I'm adding it above and under layers. The other little Project Life card on the side there says Random Fact, and I believe that was from an old Studio Calico kit. So I am just going through my Project Life old box which I keep all my die cuts and bits in, to see if there's anything in there that I can pull out. Sorry about that, for some reason my laptop stopped doing anything. I've now got some other bits that I'm just trying to add, and they're not really working, so I decide that I want to bring some more white into this layout because it is quite dark. And so I'm taking these small doilies, and I'm loving these doilies at the moment. I'm kind of falling back in love with doilies. As you all know, doilies were kind of a staple of my style, and then I wouldn't say I overused them, but I don't know, they just became, yeah, they just became a little bit not boring, but you know, that I fancied a change. But I'm definitely going back to them now, and I really love this smaller size one. I'd love to get some smaller ones in brighter colours, so when I stop my spending freeze, that is something I'm going to do. So even though this video is about stash diving, and I have enough doilies to probably last me a lifetime, I do feel that I want to get some more. I've just cut that Happiness Is from Project Life card, a little banner, and I really like how that works on this layout. I do think that bit above there is looking a little bit blank, so I'm just going to add another Project Life card there. And I'm getting so much better at just hacking into Project Life cards, because I don't know, I kind of just collecting them and not really using them, but now I'm, you know, cutting elements out and just kind of, yeah, getting them used. So I've cut that heart out that says fave, and just stuck that on here. And as I said, there's so many cute designs and little elements and stuff on Project Life cards, it seems silly to not actually use them up. I've pulled out one of those banner pieces, and I can't remember where that's from, but they're kind of slightly metallic, and so I pulled out sort of the white metallic one and just adding those down. And I've also put one of those pebble stickers up the top there. And as I said, they've been in my stash for absolutely ages, so I'm quite glad they're finally on a layout. And then just pulling out those Snap Simple Stories stickers to just pull out the red love hearts. I'm not going to add a title to this page, because really it's, you know, there's not a huge story behind this picture, other than the fact about me and Laura having a photo shoot in the Pizza Hut, and I'm going to do a little bit of journaling on the back about some other kind of stuff that, I don't know, just some stuff about, you know, how I was feeling and how happy I was and what kind of happened on this day. So I just, you know, but that's not really going to go on the front, that'll go on the back. Anyway, I'm babbling now. I've then pulled out these Dear Lizzie stickers that came in one of my kits, and just pulled out the red ones there just to add a couple of elements to this page. And I really love how this works actually, and I think it depends what tone of red you go for, so if I like the layout or not, and I'm really happy with how this piece of paper came, that American Crafts piece of paper came together. I really think it looks really cool. So that's it for this layout, and I'm going to share some others with you now. Bye! Hi everyone, I just wanted to come back and just show you the layouts that I actually made from my initial paper selection. I still have a few bits of paper left, so I may try and do another layout, but I'll do that as a separate process video. So this is the layout that you just saw me create. I have now done my journaling on here. It's probably quite hard to see on the photo. It's not on the photographs, but it's probably quite hard to see here. There's just a little bit of journaling here, and I've just done a line of journaling down the bottom. So there you can, it's kind of, woo, it's kind of in there. And that just says, just an ordinary day of a photo shoot in Pizza Hut, because that's what it is. I was just in Pizza Hut, as you know. So I'm really happy with how this layout's, you know, come out, and how I've used up these chalkboard stickers and everything. So I've kind of done this layout, and I had like still a lot of that stash that I hadn't really touched. So I wanted to look at doing another layout. So this is the next layout that I created, and this is a little bit different. I do apologise for the shadow that you're getting on here. Let me just see if I move my light, if that makes it any better. Yeah, it's a little bit better. So here I have used lots of Project Life cards again, and I used those pebble stickers, which were in my stash. I pulled out some of these red little dome stickers, which I loved, and they say they were a Christmassy kind of one. And I honestly think that's one of the issues I have with using red, is it looks Christmassy to me. But the tones on this red are completely different. So the red sort of I've used here is quite a bright red. And this is just really a bit of a layout about the new routine. It's almost like a new routine of, you know, doing my process videos, doing, you know, engaging in YouTube, you know, my love of Netflix, you know, and I've kind of got here, like, YouTube plus Netflix equals a great evening. I've just scrapped here about, you know, journaled here about embracing the YouTube community and things like that. I just then put here, scrapbooking evening goes with Netflix like coffee and cake. And I've done something a bit unusual. When I was going through all of my bits and pieces to try and black and white stash, I've got loads of these stamp designs, which I've had, you know, for quite a while, and I just stamp them out on cardstock because they're stamps that my friends have. So I went for a stage when I was kind of doing some mixed media stuff and stamping them all out just on a piece of paper. And I found those up, and because they're black and white, I thought it'd be a good thing to use. So I have just used one of those here, and you know, it's just a little person. It doesn't necessarily go with the layout, but I kind of thought it kind of goes with the fact that, you know, I always like to dress up if I'm going to do a YouTube video, and things like that. And it's just something a little bit different, you know, which is kind of part of this, you know, diamond for your stash. You know, I found all those. I don't make cards, so I'm not really going to use them for that. I don't do at my co-op we used to do mixed media challenges, but I don't do those anymore. So yeah, I just thought it was a bit, you know, something to use up. I did do some kind of sort of black watercolour in the background before I added my layers. I've put some little rub-ons here as well, and then I've just spotted some black ink. And again, I'm using, which I'm kind of having a bit of a love affair with at the moment, the Simple Stories alphas. I really like those. So yeah, that is the second layout. The third layout I done, I had quite a lot of problems doing this layout, and it took me kind of 2 or 3 sit-down attempts to do this. One, because I wasn't quite sure what direction to take this, because this is, it's a photo of food. Yes, as you know, I scrap pictures of food quite often. But this was the meal that we went and had after my boyfriend's great aunt was buried. So it was kind of like a wake, but kind of not. It was kind of more of a celebration, and we went and had a lovely meal in somewhere that she always used to go and used to have a meal. And I wanted to record my feelings of that day somehow. So I know that I wanted the journaling to be quite a prominent part of this layout. And it is something that, as I'm trying to show you more, is in, you know, my journaling process. This is just saying about, you know, how we had a beautiful lunch and how it was nice to feel connected to the family, you know, even though I'm kind of an addition to the family. So I originally left this layout. I stuck the photo down. I had this large 6x12 piece, which is from the Alison Kreft Echo Park papers, and then I added this title here, and that was it. And I walked away and I left it, and I really wasn't sure where I was going to go with it. I then sat down again to do it, and I pulled out a Project Life card, and this came from an old Studio Calico kit. This is that frame paper that I show you. I've got a chipboard piece that I've coloured. I have got this Ginny Bolan butterfly that rub-on, which I have had in my stash for years. It goes back to my love of Chamel days, and as you'll know, I kind of have issues with butterflies now because I overuse them. But I felt, because of the way that, you know, this layout was about remembering together, kind of almost memorial, I cut it up so it kind of, I'm not being too symbolic, but it kind of is a bit like angel wings. It's kind of not, but do you know what I mean? It kind of, it added that background, it added a bit of sort of gravitas to the layout. I don't want to kind of get too deep and meaningful about it, which is why I was kind of like a bit, I don't know whether to show you this one or not. But yeah, so that's kind of the layout, and I say the journaling is the most important thing. It's not quite centred, which irritates me, but the photo is kind of in the third, and then this, it works. You know, it doesn't offend me too much. So I just added then some twine, and I watercoloured on this card and added some bits. So, you know, I feel it kind of frames the photo better. So you've got a cluster there, but you've also got sort of clusters working here. So it is got sort of red and then this chalkboard paper effect. There is also this kind of green here. I didn't choose to pick that out anymore. There's kind of green in the salad of the photo if you want to kind of get that pedantic, and there's also kind of green on the bottom here, so I kind of thought that's also kind of another little bit of a triangle. I was contemplating on adding more green to it, but I didn't. So so yeah, that is that layout. And as I said, it's not my kind of normal kind of layout, because it is much more journal focused. So that is it then. So that is for this Saturday stash drive. I did take it, say, a little bit further because I did pull so much stash out while looking. But I hope you enjoyed the process video for this layout, and, you know, go and check out Robin's channel, because I'm sure she'll have created something amazing, as her layouts are beautiful. And I will be back with some more process videos, and I will be back next month with another Saturday stash dive. So thank you very much for watching, guys, and I'll see you again soon. Bye!